So nice to be here with you all, truly, truly. So as I was sitting tonight and just gently reflecting on the spiritual path and the path of meditation, uh, and as I was even getting ready for this class, I noticed the trash needed to be emptied. There's, I have water buckets outside that need to be dumped, that we collect rainwater because it's going to start freezing. And the chores were just endless. I came in the house, I thought I was done. Little Doodles, my dog, was just standing by his food bowl saying, "Hey, where's my dinner?" And it's just, I thought, well, maybe I'll feed him later, but I said, no, I'm going to take care of the dog now. Be compassionate, put his needs first. And I thought, boy, all these chores, this life, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And then I thought about the spiritual path. I was speaking with someone earlier today. The spiritual path does not stop. There are no breaks on the spiritual path. There are no breaks on the spiritual path. Essentially, to step off the path is to step into samsara, to step into confusion or numbing out or deadening, or getting lost in an addiction or, whatever it is we do to numb, to deaden. But the good news is about the spiritual path is when we're on the path, it is a path of peace, a path of opening to nurturing energy and support. It's about opening to love and grace. And grace. So we can have a life where we're like the little person trying to push a boulder up a mountain. That's basically samsara. But when we step onto the spiritual path, it's good to remind ourselves this is a path of grace, a path of letting go, of letting God, letting life, letting the intelligence of the universe, the heart of the universe, hold you, love you, do the path for you. So you get a great break from samsara when you fall on your knees and you open your heart and let life do this path. Let God do it. Let something greater. Like the Buddha said, life is suffering, life is dukkha. But then the next thing he said, basically there's another way. And that's what meditation is. It's saying I'm willing to put down the mind. I'm willing to put down that boulder that I've been pushing up the hill. I'm willing to put down my argument, my fight, my struggle. And just open my heart, open my body, open the fullness of me to the hugeness of life, the intelligence, the compassion, the support of life. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And so like I was describing, we're going to have a little break from meeting live. But I encourage you to do what I did when I was with my teacher. We honored every Wednesday night. He was there almost every week, but the nights that he had to travel, we would all still meet. We would meet in peace and silence. We would meditate. And so I encourage you all to honor the time each week, to honor the time every day, to deepen in your practice and say there is no break from the path. But my God, there is great relief on the path. Great relief on the path. And so I invite you all to close your eyes if you have not already. We'll just gently go inward. And so right away, I invite you to place your attention on your subtle energetic body. And so this means we unhook from the thinking mind and just let that be. Let that be. And I encourage you to bring your attention to your spine. And the 10 trillion or more neurons throughout the body. And can you allow the whole subtle energetic body wake up? Wake up. And so you're giving yourself permission to feel the aliveness in your fingertips, in the palms of your hands, in your toes and in the bottoms of the feet. Your forearms, your arms, your shoulders. And just notice this network of awareness, which is awake and alive. Just radiating with light, the fingertips, the palms of the hands, the arms, the shoulders, your toes, your feet, your legs. And in the most gentle and innocent way, can you notice just how quiet awareness is? How silent yet luminous. I invite you just to gently have an awareness of your pelvic floor. To relax the pelvic floor, the entire pelvic bowl. Sometimes we unconsciously hold tension there. And feel the base of the spine. And just gently imagining the whole nervous system lit up with light. Luminous. So you can relax the lower belly. Relax the solar plexus. Relax the chest. And behind the heart. Just breathing in, breathing out. So we're feeling what's here. Allowing there to be awareness. The fingertips, the palms of the hands, the arms, the shoulders, the feet, the legs, the pelvis, the spine. these 10 trillion points of awareness, waking up throughout the subtle energetic body. In the most humble way, an innocent way. Just noticing how different you feel. To be not identified with ego. And yet fully identified with your subtle energetic body. These 10 trillion points of light throughout the spine, back of the skull, the top of the head, bottoms of the feet, palms of the hands. And you give yourself permission simply to be this quiet, radiant presence. Luminous, energetic aliveness. Quite different than a mind that argues with this or that. So can you join me in just surrendering? To this luminous presence of being. What you are. You give yourself permission to be 10 trillion points of light. Awake, aware. Completely empty. Empty of struggle, empty of pain, empty of confusion or samsara. Yet radiating luminosity. Most gentle way. Just asking, what is this that I am? Just gently breathing in and breathing out. What is this that I am? So we are feeling, experiencing, being the living present moment. You give yourself permission to be the living present moment. So you're noticing this central channel. You are a column of light, a column of divinity, empty yet radiant. Gently breathing in, breathing out. Ten trillion points of light. Awake, aware, luminosity. And of course, if any of you are struggling with anything in the mind and the emotional nature, can you surrender this? Give any thoughts over to the light. Give any madness or confusion over to the light. And just notice your feet are on the floor. You're completely supported. There's no thing you must worry about. Yes. Breathing in, breathing out. Feeling, being, experiencing. It's absolute radiance. It's absolute radiance. Breathing, feeling. Letting go. letting go. Gently smiling at your divinity, your luminosity. For some of you, this light, this experience may feel a little overwhelming or disorienting. I invite you simply to trust. Trust that what you are is a divine being. You're not simply a human being in a flesh body. You are a divine being. You are literally 10 trillion points of light. So can you let go into this realization, this direct experience? Even if it makes the human body feel hot, like you're being cooked. Sometimes it makes the mind feel a little crazy as you let go of your ego and step into the hugeness of what you are, the immensity, the brilliance. Can you trust? In the hugeness of your divinity? Can you trust and be the 10 trillion points of light? If any of you are facing this wall of resistance, give yourself permission to walk through the wall. Be a light being. So I invite you all to take a deep, full breath. And let go a little more deeply, more fully. Into the brilliance, the luminosity that you are. There's nothing you need to hold on to this moment. Take a deep breath and let go into this light. this brilliance, this luminosity. That is your nature. And I invite you all to let any sense of the thinking mind melt into the supreme silence, the depth of silence. It's here with us this moment. And so together, we're letting go into the supreme silence, profound emptiness. Overwhelming radiance. Again, if your mind comes forward, just gently direct your attention back to this supreme silence. Let all thought fall away. Allow the fullness of the body to come alive. The 10 trillion points of light. Can you be the hugeness of this light? Profound emptiness of the universe. Supreme silence, out of which all of life arises. So yes, breathing in, breathing out, and simply letting go to the hugeness of your direct experience. You give up any struggle, rest, be supported, be nurtured by this incredible luminosity, brilliance, light, silence that you are. And so I invite you to notice. Notice the back of the skull, the spine, the fingertips, the palms of the hands, the legs, the feet. Radiant luminosity. $10 trillion points of light. Breathing, feeling, letting go. Do you trust in this light that you are? Do you trust that it's okay to be this simple? Empty of thought, empty of emotion, empty of personality. Breathing, feeling, letting go. For some of you, you may notice your mind just getting lost. So we're just having a gentle discipline. Keeping awareness on what's actually happening. Not a fantasy of the future or memory of the past, but the direct experience. This luminosity. Profound silence. Supreme emptiness. For some of you, you may notice a very subtle column of bliss radiating throughout the spine. Gently flooding down the legs, into the feet, into the floor. Coming into the heart. The feeling of Amrita. Nectar of bliss. Your job is simply to open, to receive, to experience. What's here? What's here? What happens when you let go of your smallness? Let go of identification with being petty, being small, being limited. Brilliant. Light of grace. Supreme. Silence. Eternal freedom. Feeling, experiencing, being. Something much greater. Something much greater than the personality. You are made in the image and likeness of God. God is light. You are light. This is your birthright. You were never meant to be small. You are are meant to be huge, vast, empty and free. Radiant joy. Supreme light. Your very being is Amrita, nectar of the gods. Ten trillion points of light. Breathing, feeling, letting go. For some of you, you may notice some blockages in the different chakra centers, some points of pressure, unconscious gripping. Just relax there. Let any resistance burn up in this light. Resistance does not belong to you. Your nature is light. I am the inextinguishable light. Radiant luminosity. Eternal freedom. This is the truth of your nature. I am the inextinguishable light. I'm going to invite you all to take a couple more deep, full breaths, just breathing in, breathing out. Let go of any final resistance. Let the human self fully get out of the way. And be supported by the hugeness of your divinity. The hugeness of your light. Deep, full belly breaths. Inviting this radiance, this luminosity to spread out over all creation. Blessing all beings without exception. Blessing the entirety of the planet itself. All the ecosystems, the mountains, the oceans, the skies, the cities, all of life. Being blessed, flooded with light. And so I invite you all to stay. Stay with your experience directly. Something quite profound is happening in us as a group. And so I encourage you to continue showing up every day for your practice. Practice of being what you are, claiming what you are. Stepping out of the ego and into these 10 trillion points of light.